Something to tell you that you might not like. Thick hush now rushing up the back stairs, escaping daylight. Brief rustle of leaves as one is whisked away and silenced. Maybe you could find it out, make it talk, set things right. If only I could make it talk. Tip of the tongue, but stuck, the thought not fully formed. These things take time, that's all. You understand, and somewhat tricky, like holding a box closed, the top not a good fit, or balancing on the edge of a chair, not sure about standing up yet, not sure if the conversation has truly ended. The wind is still, a backdrop for distraction. Nothing but daylight, silence in the leaves. Relentless questioner of incomprehensible inconsistencies. Pacing the floor as I fixed your lunch, as the two of us filled the afternoon with small talk. Plenty of opportunity, but for something else that sits with its loaded threat among the kitchen tasks. The lifted cups leans patiently against the back of a chair, waiting for someone. I hold the fruited fragments in my mouth, hard drops with runny centers I can't get to, something to tell you, something I want to, but it is so difficult for me to think about, and I'm so tired, I'm so dizzy with this nauseating sense of decency. Thick hush now rushing the daylight, rushing the leaves. Look in my mouth, please, put your hand between my teeth. See the throat untraveled and abandoned of explanations, and the parched tongue sitting back thick and fat as a sand dune. I am lonely as a nomad. I am jumpy as a smuggler. I would love to lay down my burden once and for all on top of the kitchen table that lengthens between us like a barren landscape with no inhabitants, when everything else has been whisked away. The open space stretches and beckons. The air wants breath, the dust suspended mid-sentence. Let us fill it with our misunderstandings, our separate versions of the same event, our different misinterpretations. Don't you see the enemies among us? The untold truth in the other one, the hired gun. Maybe you could make it talk, make it seem easy, or we could hold it down and take it apart piece by piece, see how it works, what makes it tick. How on earth are we going to be able to live with it? Don't you notice that constant hush in the thicket, thicket? I will tuck it in upstairs again tonight, but more likely than not it will wake me up and shadow the floor in some ritual dance that is meant to make things happen. But you must notice the constant hush, the sweeping of leaves as they rustle past. You must notice, if you just see that shimmer hovering over us, smeared onto the lips of our teacups, the stems of our silverware, it is everywhere. Tonight it has gelled like cold fat on our plates, a bite to be selected and held up on the point of a fork. I don't know if I can swallow it whole. I will whisper it into the corner of my napkin, hidden in my lap, folded over once, then twice held tight. Hush in the thicket. Something to tell you, a gift that aches to be had, the long-delayed package at last in your hands, not exactly what you hoped for, but just what you needed. It explains everything. I want to give it to you completely with open arms. I want it tied up in a box nicely, but how can I manage to wrap it up when all day long this enormous litany unravels itself in my subconscious, rushing, escaping, tying itself up in a constant. Something you might not like. It tiptoes behind you. It teases and taunts you. But there is a hand over my mouth and an arm around my throat. I swear I would have its head on a platter for you, but for the fact that I have been whisked away, rushed through the daylight up the back stairs, tied up and silenced. I am held by some henchman called selective amnesia that daily I am living with, and nightly I am forced to sleep with, relentless questioner of the incomprehensible, rustle of leaves, escaping, 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 escaping the daylight, escaping the silence. All day long it paces the floor with a clenched fist, asking that, asking this, demanding an acceptable formulation to simply grow like a beanstalk overnight, for God's sake. Maybe you could just find it out, set things right. Maybe you could make it talk. Think hush now, rushing, escaping, daylight escaping, silence escaping, stillness escaping. The remaining leaves move slightly in the wind, and one hung on long dead flutters down, lies flat in the road. It is a sign of something I know that must be told.